Imagine waking up and realizing the goals you've spent years chasing don't actually belong to you. You've been following a blueprint, walking a path laid out long before you arrived, only to feel a quiet, persistent emptiness. This is the deception we've inherited. Society calculates our value based on how neatly we slide into the machinery, hit the standard milestones, and conform to the expectations, and you are granted the label of success. A system like this sits in plain sight, woven so tightly into our daily routines that it feels like a natural law. We mistake these imposed rules for objective truth and frequently find ourselves arguing to protect them. By guarding the very walls that enclose us, we hand over our autonomy. We trade our genuine purpose for the safety of a script, operating entirely within boundaries drawn by someone else. To understand how this conditioning takes root, we have to look back to the beginning. From the moment you enter the world, the assembly line is moving. You are surrounded by expectations and strict rules long before you have the vocabulary to voice a dissenting thought. B.F. Skinner proved that behavioral reinforcement can mold the human identity. Through a constant cycle of rewards and punishments, psychologists identified how to turn simple, compliant actions into permanent personality traits. You see this play out in the classroom. You are told to sit still, follow instructions, and memorize the script. When you comply, you receive a gold star or a high grade. When you question the process, you are corrected. Our earliest definition of success is equated with obedience. We carry that wiring into adulthood, trapped in a constant cycle of seeking permission from anyone in authority. As we grow up, the methods mature with us. If a population believes they are independent, overt oppression is unnecessary. Instead, the system relies on a more subtle form of management. Michel Foucault detailed how power operates through normalization. By rigidly defining the boundaries of normal behavior, society creates a mental enclosure that keeps individuals in check without the need for physical barriers. Once this baseline is established, the public polices itself. If you stay in the middle, you are safe. If your passions push you toward the edges, you are instantly labeled as broken or dangerous. Noam Chomsky observed that mass media exerts control by strictly limiting the framework of public debate. It dictates the boundaries of the permissible, ensuring that certain fundamental questions are never asked. Even the words we use are constrained. George Orwell warned us that power sanitizes language to eliminate critical thought. Without the proper vocabulary to express dissent, it becomes impossible to even conceptualize a different way of living. The entertainment we watch and the language we speak form an invisible fence. They limit our imagination, ensuring that genuine rebellion remains unthinkable. This brings us to the most sophisticated stage of the mechanism. The external rules have been repeated so frequently that they take root inside your own mind. The system begins to run on autopilot. Through targeted algorithms and social feeds, you are taught exactly what to want. You grind for the next promotion or aesthetic milestone, reaching for a fulfillment designed to stay out of reach. Step off this path and enforcers kick in. Fear of judgment and failure are cultivated to keep you obedient and in line. Carl Jung explored our shared human drives for purpose and transformation. Today, those drives are intercepted. Rebellious expression is repackaged and sold back to you as an approved fashion trend. When we absorb these manufactured fears, we end up trapped in a loop of self-blame. We are convinced our unhappiness is our own fault, the result of not grinding or conforming hard enough. But every layer of this conditioning was built by human hands. Because this system was learned, it can be dismantled. Plato described prisoners chained in a cave, watching shadows on a wall and believing that was the whole world. To break free, you have to look away from the projections you've known your entire life. At first, the light of reality is jarring. Jean-Paul Sartre proposed that existence precedes essence. You are born first, and you define who you are second. You are not a pre-programmed machine. Your identity is built through your own conscious choices. Your true self isn't a static object. You are not your job title or your income bracket. Those are assigned roles. At your core, you are the fluid awareness that experiences those roles. Reclaiming your mind requires you to interrogate the limits you place on yourself. You must starve the need for external validation and find the courage to stand firmly in your own authentic desires. The realization that your conditioning is malleable provides the bridge to change. Freedom isn't a final destination, but the ongoing process of rejecting the script and authoring your own response to the world. Once you accept your reality is a product of your choices, you transition from a product of the system into the architect of your life.